What up, America? What up, world? Welcome to a Better Black America podcast, the number one podcast stateside and worldwide. Now, today is Tuesday, May 17th, 2022. Now, they're going after democracy. Yeah, I said it. They are going after democracy. This is a play on democracy. I've been sitting back and paying attention and doing my due diligence to actually see what's going on, because we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against powers and principalities and evildoers in high places. So I want to see the mindset of the individuals that have people angry, that have people divided, that have people uneasy right now and uncomfortable with where the world is going, where this country is going, and where this administration is taking this country. We got what we asked for. Are we going to continue to ask for it? Because democracy is in survivor mode. Self-destruction. We're seeing the desperation, the exhaustion of their democracy. And when they say their democracy, they're speaking about them, their Democratic Party, their democratic ways, their democratic history, their democratic sins. And that original sin will always be at the forefront when it comes to a better Black America, because there's no way there could be a criminalization clause in the Constitution and the world will be happy or set. There's no way the world or this country can grow being divided. Now, mass shooting in New York. White boy drove 200 miles, mapped out a Black community, kind of like Food for Less. And I saw somebody share a post and it was like, wow, look at the parallel. Like driving up in Food for Less, you know, one of our communities, putting it up on an app, having a strategic plan, a 200-page manifesto, as well as notes written on his weapon of choice. Now, on this weapon of choice, I seen a picture, you know, of an assault rifle, and it had some words written on it with a Sharpie, but it wasn't confirmed. So I'm not really going to speak on that until I confirm it, because we're not going to turn the page on this, because these distractions have us doing all kinds of things. And that's the reason why we're running amok, being hoodwinked and led astray, because for some reason, something or some entity is forcing its advocates to advocate for this. And when I say that, I'm basically just looking at it from a humanistic perspective, from a perspective of a Generation X, a 50-ish-year-old person who saw life different and saw it go through its changes. And we're dealing in an age where there's algorithms. It's, you know, that's a thing. You know, and if you look closely, there's algorithms out there. So we have to see the play that's trying to create a sequel, or some of my other brothers would say a cipher. So we got to make sure we throw a monkey wrench in this sequel to break the chain of this cycle, not cycle, but cipher, so it won't cipher over, because we need to create our own thing in our own lane. And when I say this is what has to be done, or we will continue to be spiraling. Build and destroy. You can't build and destroy at the same time. And I'm going to say this again. You cannot build and destroy at the same time. The Biden administration, Build Back Better. Build Back Better is an indication that you have to destroy something to build it. First day in office, destroyed the pattern and the trajectory of where this country was headed. Obama had an assignment to get this country back on track, and he did that. He championed the LGBTQ community. He championed women. He got everybody off the books, but he did it in 2 terms. Donald Trump took the growth from Obama, and the world thought he was going to destroy, but he grew the American dollar, the American economy, and made sure that the world knew that America is who she truly is, the grandest country and the most prominent continent in this universe. And he did that. And the world decided it's better to have numbers. So this is why this NATO thing, and they made sure that Trump did not get a second term because it would have been a build. So you had Obama building, Trump building, block. So now we must, as a generation and as a people, all people must stand up against what's going on. And when I say what's going on, there's so many things happening. And if you're a part of the frequency on the right side, you understand what's going on. And we're going to talk about what's going on for some time, because I love you and I want you to love me too. But what's going on? Look at this mass shooting. This is a racist act. And why did this happen under Joe Biden's administration when Joe Biden was supposed to bring us together? Because Joe Biden decided to sign that anti-lynching act. H.R. 55, Willie Lynch, Emmett Till, Willie Lynch anti-lynching act to remind us of slavery past and a dark past. And that was and I'm going to tell you this, I'm going to give you some game right now. That was something that they interjected. Biden don't know this, but they're planning, because now you can talk about reparations. How can you talk about reparations when it's not even illegal to lynch and hang and oppress people? No matter what the bill says, the naming and not the timing, because one of the words that was supposedly written on the firearm of choice, the assault rifle, for the person who killed these black people in Buffalo, New York, who was targeted at the store, said, and it's not been confirmed, but it said, "Here's your reparations." I'm like, wow, that's how they feeling. So what are we going to do? And before we figure out what we're going to do, we have to understand what's going on. Now, with this mass shooting, just a week before, the Black Lives Matters and the ACLU and all the protesting organizations start putting out those blast emails and booking plane flights and getting money from donors and protesters and all of this stuff because they want to protest this criminal justice leak. What happened? You see, the distractions. We forgot about that. But did they change their plane tickets and go to Buffalo, New York? Is Black Lives Matters in Buffalo, New York? Are we going to protest the communities? Are we going to protest and march and walk around the home of the white boy who drove 200 miles to kill black people? But we'll go and protest in front of a Supreme Court justice home because of a leaked draft. Because the Republic, United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, is going after, and I'm going to say it again, their democracy. Because if they roll back, Roe versus Wade, abortion. If they amend it, abortion will be illegal immediately in at least 23 states. At least illegal. But that's not an issue. Most of the people that's listening to me right now is past birthing age, menopausal, making sure, get these kids through college so I can live my life. We can live our lives. We're not even considering having children anymore. So why are we mad? There's a method to the madness, and President Joe Biden said it himself. Nothing happens by accident. He said it himself. Nothing happened by accident. So they're playing him, and he don't even know it. Because once you start messing with the Constitution, then let's go ahead and see what else we can change or mandate or amend on the federal level. And clearly, it's no secret. We're going after the 13th Amendment. OK, because we have to do it for all of the 1619 groups, all of the reparation programs, because state reparations is something, but you cannot have a federal law on the books that considers incarcerated people slaves and have on the books where slavery was legal. And there's no difference between the two because they're still working and doing involuntary labor. I'm sure right now, somebody in the federal pen right now, if he don't want to get up and go work today in federal prison, he don't get to lay there. He's going to be forced to perform involuntary servitude. I'm going to say this again. He's going to be forced to do something involuntarily. That's slavery, involuntary servitude. And the criminalization clause is a catalyst. So they're going after the democracy. So now you got the republic once again having a fight with democracy. The North versus the South once again. And a black man. We sitting here looking at these two rivaling tribes, licking our chops because this is an opportunity for us to organize. They're relying on the system to work from an automatic perspective, meaning they want this thing to just keep on going. This systematic, automatic system. They expect us to kill each other. We continue to kill each other. They expect us to overcrowd these jails. We continue to. And the only way it will stop is if we make an educated decision and make a choice. We're going to have to make a choice. We're going to have to choose to be an asset versus a liability. We're going to have to choose between good and evil. And to make it and put it in as simplest terms, we're going to have to make a choice between God and the devil. And we have to be accountable. I've heard so many people try to sun me and tell me, Bushan, life is about choices. And then they give me situations and scenarios that they've been through in their own personal lives. And I can't apply my life to that because your choices and opportunities differ from mine. I see where you had programs when you was in high school where you can actually get out of school at lunchtime, go work for Northrop Grumman, go work for Boeing, Edison, Pac Bell, which is AT&T and all of that right now. And now you guys are retiring. I'm semi-retired at 51, so I hang out with the older gentlemen. And a lot of them tell me their stories, and these are the ones that actually clearly were the survivors, but these were the ones that, took full advantage of the opportunities. So we are looking and seeing exactly how we can recreate and put these systems in play to get us off of the wrong track and back on the right track. And when I say back on the right track, basically off the wrong track and help us build the right track.